Greetings, Guardians. This is Olympus Alliance, and today we're diving deep into one of the smartest investments you can make in Hero Wars, Alliance. A hero that doesn't need to be overbuilt to completely change how battles unfold. A hero that doesn't win by raw damage, but by controlling time itself. Today, we're talking about Tempus. Tempus is one of those heroes that many players underestimate at first glance. He doesn't explode enemies on screen. He doesn't jump into the backline and delete carries. And because of that, a lot of players delay building him or assume he needs heavy investment to be useful. That couldn't be further from the truth. Tempus is a control support, and when built correctly, even at low to medium cost, he becomes one of the most disruptive heroes in the entire game. And that's exactly what this guide is about. Not maxing everything. Not burning resources. But taking Tempus to the point where he performs his role perfectly. And then stopping, saving your resources, and moving on to the next hero. Tempus is an intelligence-based support from the Eternity faction. He stands on the middle line and uses magic attack as his core stat. All of his skills scale directly with magic attack, and that already tells us something very important. The more magic attack Tempus has, the stronger his slows, burns, debuffs, and tempo control become. His basic attack deals physical damage, but that is completely irrelevant to his role. Tempus exists to manipulate the battlefield, speeding up allies, slowing enemies, draining energy, and targeting the most dangerous physical threats before they can act. His role is not optional. He is not nice to have. He is one of the few heroes in the game who can simultaneously weaken enemy carries, disrupt timing, and empower your own team's tempo. And the best part? He does this extremely well without needing full skins, full artifacts, or extreme investment. So how do we build Tempus the smart way? We start with the foundations, the cheapest, fastest upgrades that increase all of his stats at once. First, hero level. Tempus must be level 120. No exceptions. This unlocks the talisman system, and Tempus has access to 2 very strong talismans. Stopping below 120 simply limits his ceiling for no reason. Next, skill levels. All of Tempus's skills should be maxed. This is not negotiable. His entire value comes from skill effects, slowing enemies, burning energy, and manipulating combat flow. Leaving skills underleveled directly weakens his core function. Evolution comes next. 5 stars is enough to start. Absolute star is nice, but not required early, especially since his soul stones are locked behind heroic chests. Do not force this upgrade. Tempus works perfectly fine at 5 stars. Then we move to sparks of power, and here the answer is simple. Max them. Sparks are one of the most efficient upgrades in the game, increasing all 3 primary stats at once. Intelligence, strength, agility, all of it matters for survivability and scaling. This is easy power and should never be skipped. Now we reach glyphs, a place where many players overspend. If resources were infinite, all glyphs to 40 would be ideal. But this is a low-cost guide, so we focus on what actually matters. 3 glyphs are enough to make Tempus fully functional. Magic attack comes first. Every single one of Tempus's skills scales with magic attack. This directly increases his slows, energy burn, and debuffs. Health comes next. Tempus is a control support, not a frontline hero, but he still needs to survive long enough to cast multiple cycles of skills. Extra health ensures he doesn't get deleted before doing his job. Intelligence comes third. It boosts magic attack further and adds magic defense, improving both offense and survivability. Bring these 3 glyphs to level 40, and stop. Everything else can wait. Now we move into the expensive territory, skins and artifacts, and this is where discipline matters. For skins, Tempus only needs 1 to start, magic attack. That's it. This single skin massively increases his impact, improving every part of his kit. If you only ever build 1 skin on Tempus, this is the one. Once magic attack skin is done, health becomes the second priority. This adds survivability against teams that are hard to control or apply burst pressure. All other skins, intelligence, armor, anything else, can wait. They do not significantly improve his role and are not worth the early investment. Artifacts follow the same logic. Tempus's main stat is intelligence, but in practice, simply stacking intelligence through the ring is not efficient early. The real power spike comes from his book artifact, Tome of Arcane Knowledge. This artifact gives him exactly what he needs, magic attack and health at the same time. Immediate impact. Immediate value. If resources are tight, you stop here. Book artifact only. If you want to push a bit further, then you can move to the ring artifact to increase intelligence and scale magic attack further. Weapon artifact is optional and can wait. Talismans deserve a special mention. Tempus has 2 solid options, and either one can work depending on availability. Talismans are incredibly powerful because they can replace the value of multiple skins when leveled. If you have access to his first talisman from Eternal Frontier, use it. It provides excellent stats and fits perfectly into a low-cost philosophy. And now, let's talk about what Tempus actually does in battle, because understanding this is what makes building him correctly so satisfying. Tempus targets the enemy with the highest armor penetration, usually physical carries like Dante, Kayla, Yasmin, or Lara Croft. He slows them, burns their energy, and reduces their physical attack. That alone can shut down entire compositions. But it doesn't stop there. He speeds up allies, allowing your team to cycle skills faster. He disrupts enemy timing, forcing ultimates to land late or not at all. Against fast, aggressive teams, Tempus completely flips the tempo of the fight. And because all of this scales with magic attack, not survivability stats, you don't need to overbuild him. You just need him alive long enough to act. That's why Tempus is one of the best examples of a functional hero. He reaches peak usefulness early. Once he's doing his job, any extra investment has diminishing returns. And that's the philosophy we want you to adopt. Build Tempus to function. Then stop. Take those saved resources and build your damage dealer. Or your tank. Or your next control hero. This is how you grow a strong roster instead of one overbuilt hero and 4 weak ones. So here's the verdict, Guardians. Tempus is not a luxury hero. He's a strategic tool. Built smart, he controls battles, shuts down physical carries, and enables your team to play the game on its own terms. And he does all of this without draining your resources dry. Low cost. High impact. Maximum efficiency. That's what Olympus Alliance stands for. Test him. Use him. And once he's functional, move on, build smarter, and keep growing. Stay tuned, stay sharp, and as always, salute and friendship.